What is going on, all-terrain nation? Whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, it does not matter what you drive. This is your all-terrain nation. I am your host, David Boyd, alongside Miss
Kelly Boyd.
What is going on, everybody?
I know, jazz hands. I don't know why I do that every time we can.
I feel like it's been a couple weeks since we've chatted. I feel like some weird stuff's happened in between. I feel like the last show was abruptly.
I just realized we've not done one in.
Yeah. Well, you did last week. You did the ladies.
That's right.
Chat,
I did the ladies one.
But no, I've not been on Bronco Talk Live in 2 weeks, man. They're probably happier about that, really. But what is going on, everybody? If you guys would smash that like button, I've got the little banner going down there, and I will take it off in just a second.
What it says for these awesome ladies, right?
Oh well, hey, for this awesome lady right here, I am not all here tonight, so we'll just go with that, and we'll find if I can figure out where to take that off. We will take that off there. But Kelly Boyd, how are you doing today?
I'm all right. I'm tired.
I'm tired too, man. This is my first day back to the real job in 2 weeks, and
slacker over here.
Yeah, no kidding on that. But how did I just find this thing to throw it up there, and now I can't find it to take it down?
Background right there.
No,
nope, that's not it.
Where are you at?
I don't know. Do you need me to produce?
Maybe. I don't know.
Talk. I'll take care of it.
All right, here it is. I found it. Oh, but anyways, cheers, everybody. I'm in the Titan mug tonight. It keeps my drink cold. So Kelly's in the I hadn't had that in a while. That's Cigar Texans bourbon he sent, man.
Ooh, it's been a minute.
Feels good. But
I can smell it.
I know, it's great. It's great. Kelly, you know the drill, and I'm gonna mess you up if I don't.
You mean you know the drill?
Well, I'm just trying to stay out of your way is what I'm doing. But we've got lots to talk about.
He's finally learned something.
What's up, Andrea? Thank you so much,
Andrea,
man.
Thank you so much for that super chat.
You guys, all the support you offer, whether it be membership or the super chats, man, mean a lot to us. So thank you so much for that, sir. But we got a good show tonight. We're going to talk about some 2.7 issues that's going to lead into Dwayne's show on Wednesday. So you're going to want to go over there because I don't want to. Dwayne's done some really good videos on that over at Bronco Wild Outdoors. So I don't want to. I don't want to go too deep into that because I just don't like going deep on that subject. But we got that. We got to talk about. We did some back road driving and a little bit of off road this weekend. Nothing too crazy, but do it, Kelly. You know what to do.
All right, folks. So I got to say hello. Let's see, Michael Rivas, James Gray, Brian Slick, Cigar Texan, Mobile Moto, Nurse AJ, and thank you so much for your kind words from last week, Nurse AJ. I appreciate that. We had a lot of fun on that ladies chat. I've got a few ladies that are like, oh, we got to do it again. We got to come back. So definitely planned. It'll be not specific to Bronco, because we don't want to take over Bronco Monday nights, but we will definitely have another ladies chat.
That's right. If you were only know us from this show, we do on Tuesday nights. I do basically anything automotive we talk about. So come join us on Tuesdays at 8 p.m.
Maki
Central.
fan in the house, overlanding for fun. Of course, Tim had to join us this evening. Ronald Steiger. I'm totally probably butchering that. Maybe I didn't. John Burnett, Bronco 78, Mobile Moto, Da Vinci, G. Willikers, Valley Dude 5000, and Peugeot in the house. And if I missed you, and I just saw Matt McCarthy, Tim Cornay, 4 High, 4 Low, Valley Dude 5000, and Tim waiting on 130 days on Ice and Dirt Mountain so far.
What is it, Mud Mountain? No, I don't even know what you call that anymore. Scorched Earth Mountain.
I mean, at
Mordor.
This point, it's got to be scorched earth because I know here in Tennessee we had like heat index of like 110 today.
Yeah, which obviously guys in Texas deal with a little bit more than that. I'm just gonna call that Mordor now, man. If you see some hobbits running around there with a little gold ring, you know all hell's about to break loose.
Yay! I'm glad I did it right. Awesome. I will leave it to me to pronounce though because he's not good at it at all.
Yeah.
And Dirk Connor in the house.
Me dumb.
Valley Dude 5000. Thank you for asking. He's doing okay. He's got his checkup tomorrow. He asked how our son was doing.
Oh, yeah.
He's got his 2-week checkup tomorrow to see. We're hoping they put him in a hard cast because he's currently in a soft cast and can't work. And parents have to take care of kids.
Yeah, it's nothing like taking care of a 24-year-old. Alpine Garage, welcome back to the land of milk and honey that is known as the United States.
Yes, welcome back. Welcome
It
back.
took me 50 years to get there. Well, like Europe's not on my range of places that
Europe is totally on my range.
Well, I know, but Japan and Australia are the places. My first travel.
Japan's.
Japan's.
Shut up. I haven't even started drinking yet.
I know.
Japan's kind of.
Actually, we have. That's a lot.
We did. We had a margarita with dinner. Japan's not high up there for me personally.
Me and Corbin will go for that one.
Sydney will go too.
Yeah,
she'll go.
Hey, then you get the couple weeks of the house by yourself.
I could go to like Ireland or something without you guys. Somewhere that you guys don't want to go.
I have zero interest in Ireland.
See,
my people
there you
are
go.
from there.
I'll go to Ireland. There you go.
The Cliffs of Dover would be kind of fun, but
backpack through Europe and all that while you guys go to Japan.
Hostels. I remember that movie.
No, I'm not staying in hostels. I'm staying in hotels, sir. There is no hostel
Greg,
here.
no Vin since 2/6/21.
Oh,
it's tough, guys. It's tough. Somebody hit me up. I think it was Josh. Maybe hit me up last week and was asking, when do we expect the next round of disappointing emails? And honestly, I think Ford's done with the emails. I think they will tell you the next email you get is going to be around the end of July saying, hey, if you'd like to reorder, here's how you reorder. And I think people would. And, honestly, I may throw an order in there because by the time I'm maybe want to refresh this Bronco to be 25,
you leave my Bronco
or so. Maybe time the Bronco truck.
Maybe Rapid Red will be back by then.
Maybe, but maybe by the time we've worn this one out, we'll want another one. But who knows, man? I know it's a bummer, man. I've been watching the Facebook groups and the forums about this, and it's a tough one. And I can't excuse Ford anymore. I just can't. I can't. I've seen like the production schedule came out for this week or next week, and it was like nothing but F-150s. That's all they're building. And so, I said I'm not going to make excuses, but they got to build a little bit of everything. They can't just only build Broncos, and that's the Broncos. Part of its success is all the issues they've had trying to make it. Get them out the door, and I still think there's some 21s that are sitting on Ice Mountain, or Mordor.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's some.
And that kind of goes into because I've seen some BS-y articles, man. People talking about, and it's total clickbait bullshit of people are Ford Broncos people are leaving them there. They don't even want them anymore. And I'm like,
that we talked about that article 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, we didn't get to finish.
That's right. We didn't get to finish that
but I'm called bullshit on that because these dealers would sell them. They're not just sitting there on some hill, waiting.
They're abandoning their orders.
Yeah. The way they wrote the clickbaity headline was they're branding them and they're just sitting in at Ford's plant, just dying a lonely death there.
Yeah. Just for
But
terrible.
I also saw some stuff this week of a couple of people using the sad story of, well, we got our Bronco, we've only got 300 miles on it, but it just doesn't fit the family's
how convenient
lifestyle. And I was like,
for those of you that don't know, Facebook will not allow them to put less than 300 miles listed on their listing. So just so you know.
But I listened to this whiny BS of I'm a flipper, which I don't give a damn, honestly. Like personally, if you bought one or you got two and you're flipping one of them, more power to you. The dealerships is where I get a little pissy, or somebody that's got like 5 of them and they're, that's all they were doing.
Right.
And I guess knowing now, if we'd been smart, we had a couple orders and wish for the best. But I seen this the other day of these bullshitty, like, it just doesn't fit the family's lifestyle, and it's like 100 miles on it. I'm like, no, you used it for the weekend and was like, all right, let's sell this thing now. We had our fun.
Right.
But where are you at with some of that shit, Kelly?
I'm all about like, just if that's your story, then I'll believe you as your story. But I would like, if that's not your story, like, come on, just be honest and just be like, hey, you know what? I had a reservation. I didn't want to wait. And I got a Jeep or I got whatever. So I have my reservation and I'm going to go ahead and turn it. Who wants to buy it? Yeah. So that's kind of where I feel with it. But I'm also like, I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass for whatever the situation is. So I would rather somebody just be honest. Like, my mom raised me, like, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. So I'm quiet a lot. Unless it's you.
Oh, okay.
Unless it's you. I'm married to you. You signed up for that.
Yeah, I'm like, where in the hell are we going with this?
Kind of like all the things you signed up for, or I signed up for,
Well, sure.
So I'll be quiet about some things, but when it comes to, like, just don't lie about what you're doing with your vehicle. Like, if you just decided that you're going to flip it, and that's fine, just say, hey, you know what? I just decided I'm not going to keep it. Don't be like, oh, it just doesn't fit our family, because odds are you didn't take it out and enjoy it actually at all.
I'm trying to load a video here.
I figured you were.
So if you would entertain.
Oh, and Ronald, I recognized your name. That's why I recognized your name.
What?
I think it was Nikki Brewer, I think, tagged me in a story of his about his wife going to Bronco off rodeo and everything after she'd had a liver transplant and everything.
Wow.
So yeah, he said they were just amazing. It was all great and had an amazing experience. So
hopefully everything's went positive with your wife.
Yeah,
I mean the experience of Bronco, that's fun, but
yeah,
but yeah, it's that's a pretty serious serious deal
for sure. And welcome in YouTube Car Spotters Guide this evening.
That's right.
Welcome in.
Sorry guys, I didn't.
I know he
planning
threw
on
me off. But Ronald asked, thank you for asking, how can we support your channel? So Nikki actually, or Nurse AJ jumped in for me, but just a couple of ways. I mean, just subscribing and ringing the bell and watching the videos, hitting the like button on there. If you're looking for swag, we do have a Teespring. We do have some shirts on our website as well that we have currently in stock. So you can check that out on allterrainnation.com, and then we also have membership. So
it may load and it may not, who knows. So we'll wait on that. But yeah, no, we appreciate like the membership thing on here. I don't know if you mentioned that. That's like $5 a month. Trust me, it's
and after
it
2
keeps
months,
the lights on. That's about it.
And after 2 months, you get a lanyard, which I have to catch up with those that I've not sent out yet. So be patient with me, folks. I am going to catch up. Just life's been kind of busy.
I have a bag of this fun. I picked up these. It's on the Jeep keys. Ignore the Jeep. But so I was trying some stuff out, and we've got these little keychain stuff, and I'm not real. I'll be honest. I'm not happy with the quality of it. They're not bad, but I just feel like the color will wear off within a couple months, maybe. But
so how are you selling that to?
Well,
what are we going to do with it?
That's the thing. Is I don't know what we're going to do with those, and we might throw them on the site. So
I was going to say we might throw them in a bag with a purchase of a shirt or something.
Right, but we've got a
membership
few of
or
them
something.
Kelly wasn't happy that I ordered these. And because was this at Super
I actually
ordered. I was like,
them.
hey, can you pay for this?
Yeah, because I actually had to put my debit card number in because for whatever reason you didn't have your paperwork with you.
Yeah, she was like, what am I paying for?
I did. I was like, what am I buying? And I still haven't transferred the money from the business account to that. So I guess we paid for that out of our house account.
Well,
way to go, Schmo.
Merry Christmas to us.
I guess.
We'll use them as ornaments. How about that?
We're going to have an AT entry.
Right. Oh, I did update.
Hey, welcome, Airplane Mike.
Hey, buddy. I did update the cups and stuff. So this cup, this was me being like trying to figure out how to do something. I fixed the logo. It's got the new logo with the white outline on it, and it's a little smaller, so it doesn't feel like it's the whole glass. I did that with the mugs as well. So if you want to go over on the website, and that's about as much as selling of us I'm going to do tonight. But so the 2.7, Kelly, and it's hilarious to me that I will set this up for auto journalists. This is the worst time of year. There's nothing going on. I mean, nothing. We're getting some trickling. There's a new Chevy Blazer EV coming out, but it's at a weird time. They're launching that. And we go to our, because this looks blurry for some reason. Are we blurry to y'all?
It's kind of hard to produce when you're giving me other directions.
But
we sound like such rookies tonight.
I'm sorry. I'm very tired tonight. But so the 2.7 liter is in the news. And it's kind of funny that it's in the news because there's no news. So this is something you can kind of they kind of lean on. And I bet you hear about hardtop soon because I've seen one person on the
Hey, congratulations, Matt Danner. Took
Woo!
delivery today.
Matt Danner's a buddy, a Nissan buddy. Congratulations, man.
That's awesome.
But the 2.7 stuff is it's news, but it's not news. And why I say there's less than 50 of these things that have been registered as exploded. We'll say there's a certain time period. It seems like that's not to say there's not a random one out there, but I want to throw up this website, or I want to show up the Google searches right now because, like I said, there's in the journalism world, there's nothing to talk about right now. So this is what happens when there's nothing to talk about. You get stuff like this. So I did a quick search of Ford Bronco 2.7 liter issues, and man, this is all new stuff. And our friends over at Bronco Wild Outdoors, he's got a couple of videos where he talks positively about the 2.7, and he's been taking a ton of crap on his videos. And what it is there one guy types a story, and they all just start copying, pasting, and sharing. And a lot of these media outlets are owned by the same people anyway, so it's easy for them to just rehash the article. And what happens is it starts up the angry mob, and the angry mob is now out there raising hell. You know, there was the federal government's looking into it, or what, I forget what the organization was that was looking into this, and oh my God, they're looking into it. It's gonna be, it's the end.
Well, and I think I came across it last week, and there was only like one thing out about it right then, and then like all of a sudden it's like the government is looking into these, blah blah blah.
Yeah. Oh, but so this is the first page, and some videos pop up. You can see here. We can go. Let's go to page 2. See what happens. Look at that. Even our buddy Tim with Pickup Truck Plus SUV has something on it, which is news. It's not like you can't. I don't like to cover this kind of crap because I think it's a bunch of nothing. And that's not to disrespect people who have had problems,
I was gonna say
by any means, but I'm saying as a company, there's not this like every other one's blowing up. But I just kept seeing this, and I love that one that was dozens. And then this guy, like I've watched a little bit of his stuff, and it's, I don't know, man. Engines failing catastrophically. Oh my God,
well, in we talked about this 2 weeks ago. Clickbaity, it really just is. These are clickbait articles
oh yeah, look at
to
this.
get you to look at it.
Auto123.com. I have no idea what this place is. Let's click and just see what happens.
So you just clicked it and gave it an ad.
Okay, there we go. Well, no, I don't want to be a member and all your BSE. But so, honestly, they're all around the same time period. It's kind of strange.
Yeah.
Kind of strange how this works out, but they don't even bother with the actual photo.
But yeah, look,
of it.
browse cars for sale
Yeah.
available near you.
No, because that's what it's about. It's about everyone. These articles are about every one of these little things over here. But let's see. Only could affect certain models. Defective part on numerous number of
it's
units.
very blurry. We're getting reports that it's very blurry.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
No, it's that's blurry because it's not the actual.
No, but it looks blurry.
Yeah,
over
but
here.
I'm looking here and it's not.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on tonight. But anyways, the 2.7 thing, where are you guys at with it? I'm curious what our audience thinks about this. Have you had problems with this? Have you what are your thoughts on it? That was one thing I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight. And it does affect how, see, it's showing.
Yeah, but when I looked on here, it is not.
It's weird.
Welcome in, Jason, by the way. And then Coltrane 84 says my 2022 hot pepper red Badlands showed up last Wednesday. Took delivery Thursday, and I love this thing. Congratulations.
Yeah, okay, I refreshed that. That looks better. Sorry. The Googles and all that. I want to be a pain in the ass night. But where are you guys at with this thing? Because I think it's nothing really, honestly. I remember the Nissan Titan, the diesel, when they brought that out in 2016. Oh my God, it was the same BS. Every one of them's blowing up. They had I think they had maybe a few dozen that had issues.
Mm-hmm.
And it tarnished that truck really quickly. Not that Nissan needed help, I mean, they have a little audience anyways, but it was really bad for that. And I think right now, it's the keyboard warrior of, hey, maybe this is my chance. I could kill something. And I think that's what some of these
Maybe.
journalists do, because there is nothing to talk about. There's no products to talk about. Bronco Raptor, you're going to see that pop here really soon, some videos. And we have Tommy coming back from TFL. Tommy will be here the 20th, which is next Monday. So we will have Tommy with TFL back on the show, and they've been testing the Raptor. So that should be fun. And I think those videos drop the 20th as well.
Oh, nice.
But if you guys want to tune in for that one. But Kelly, I know you watch this a little bit. What are you seeing? What's going on with the 2.7s that you're hearing about?
Honestly, I've been a little disconnected this last week, but you see people kind of drop things in chats and things like that. But like Cigar Texan says, 6,856 miles hauling ass at 90 miles per hour. All is good with my 2.7. I'll be honest. How did we pass you in our mileage, Cigar Texan? Because I swear we were crawling for a minute on our mileage, and now we're just over 9,000 we hit this weekend. But, it's come up in a couple of the ladies groups that I'm in that are talking about, somebody had dropped an article. It was one of those clickbaity articles that's like the top 30 worst vehicles or whatever that you could purchase. And somebody posted, was like, ooh, at least the Bronco's not on there. And then somebody came in and goes, well, with dropping all these engines, I don't know how it's not on there, and blah, 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 blah. And it's like the amount of engine failures. And I went into the whole spiel of like, remember, we're only hearing about it because we are enthusiasts of the vehicle, and people don't come to Facebook and all the different platforms and say, I love this thing, it's amazing, all the time. But they are going to come in and say all the things about this thing did this, this. And I can't believe this vehicle, this $54,000 vehicle is doing X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
So you've just got to take that into perspective when you see these things.
Yes, I definitely agree with that. I mean, I know there's some, it seems like it was around August or so, some of those builds were popping a little bit. And once again, I don't take it lightly. I don't, anybody that's having issues, I'm not like, oh man, that's your problem, because it's not. It's just a kind of honestly, it's a bummer. But at the same point, it's a warranted vehicle. I know for some, it's probably been, it would piss me off, if we waited, like some of our listeners have been waiting since, day one, or when you could order, and you get it, and then 4 months later the engine explodes, or drops a valve or whatever it's doing. That would be a disappointment. And I have a feeling though that Ford is probably, they don't want those customers angry. And I know there's been some early on, there was some hard waits to get engines, but just dealing with the little bit of warranty work we had with ours, they seem to, depending on, I guess, if it's a mom and pop dealership, they're probably not going to be priority to Ford, but they seem to want to keep some customers happy. So I don't know on this. What's up, Jeffrey Babb?
And welcome in, Pez Head 123.
That's right.
And Davici, I think I said hello already, but hello.
Yeah.
And Peugeot says has 24,000 miles.
Damn, dude, you're killing it out there, bro. But and I've heard some 2.3s popping.
Yeah.
Not to the extent that I've, but I think if it's under 50, I think they built 32,000 Broncos year one. It was pretty overwhelming, the 2.7 polls that, and if you go by the statistics, like Bronco 6G they had a little pie chart and all that. If you just kind of look at that, you go, okay, that's probably, I'm going to say built, let's just say half. So 15,000 are, man, this little gnat's killing me. Dude, go on. This, say 15,000 and then say 50 or less. That's not a ton.
Right.
So I don't know.
Well, but these articles we were reading was like 12 vehicles that were defected, and you're like,
well, that's reported. Though some of that article was
still that
were reported to the agency,
but still, like,
I did see one today that was just struck me funny, was a 2.3 liter manual transmission with less than 10 miles on it, had no clutch in it.
What?
The clutch, the plates were all the like the little pads for
Yeah.
them, just gone. Yeah.
That's crazy talk.
Yeah, it's like, you know how you would have to just sit there for an hour just with that clutch slightly engaged, just to where, I mean, I don't know how they could have done that. Yeah, it's nuts. What do
There
we
you
got
go.
here?
Mobile Moto says 50 out of 15,000 is 0.0033.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's a catastrophe, and probably Ford's going to shut down over this, and it's
Right.
all over.
Just had to be.
The Broncos all over, and trust me, Jeep, the 18s of go search 18s of Wranglers, you find some problems with them. Not to mention all the 4xe that people are getting rid of real quick. That early adopters to that, because they were having a lot of like weird electrical problems with them, and that one got pushed under the rug because I think the mainstream auto world is they get paid off a little bit. And I have a feeling drug company Stellantis doesn't want bad publicity on their electric vehicles, so maybe that disappeared real quick.
Somebody actually asked, is it possible that it is competing manufacturers pushing these articles?
Yes, that can happen. Yes. Yes, and I've seen maybe not paid off, but you get sent to sometimes these companies take trips overseas, and suddenly you get brought along to an all expenses paid trip. There's ways that they get around it, but yes, no, that's definitely, Joseph, that's definitely can happen.
Welcome in, Bronco
Um,
Wild Outdoors.
And I may have went on one of those trips.
But they didn't pay you off. I mean, you still released.
Yes, no, that is true. I did release what,
But it was, but them sending you on those trips was not part of it was not a
I would
part
say,
of the, it was not part of the negotiating for it though.
No, not at all. But I will say, I have a feeling the second Titan Press trip that I was invited to was probably like, hey,
Hoping to pay you off.
Yeah, let's see if this keeps Dave quiet, and it did work. And a couple months later, I bit the hand that fed me. So there you go.
And here we are on All Terrain Nation.
That's right.
Instead
man.
of Nissan Nation.
That's right. Oh, 502
Hey,
Bourbon.
welcome in, welcome in.
I almost wore your shirt tonight because I just found mine. And
Rude. That's
no.
because you don't pay attention.
Well, that's why I have you here.
I know. Oh, that's why you have me here. I see.
I'm just the charming host
that drinks bourbon.
That's right. And see, it all came together. It all circled back.
Wow.
But that's, if you guys will go Monday, if you'll go over to Bronco Wild Outdoors, I know Dwayne has a lot to talk about with the 2.7 things, because Dwayne is really, really good with breaking engines down. Like,
yes,
I've rebuilt V8s, old school Chevy 350 block V8s, but I don't want to touch any of this crap anymore. And well,
Wednesday.
But Wednesday, I'm sorry, Dwayne. But Dwayne is the kind of guy that likes to go deep into a I won't say niche subject, but for me it would be a niche subject, because I like to talk
really analyze it and everything.
So I have a feeling Dwayne's gonna have a good conversation with that. So you guys go over there and talk to that. And maybe,
yes, Wednesday night.
Maybe we'll down the road we'll have Dwayne back on our the happy hour show, which is on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Central. Let's see. Oh, I did mention Tommy, June 20th, which that's going to be fun. Once again, Tommy was a big draw for the channel. You weren't here for the first time. Tommy was here last October, I want to say. But I'm curious because they haven't got rid of their Bronco. A lot of their vehicles they own for about 6 months and
then they
get
rid of them.
But I know Papa TFL over there really likes the Bronco, and I don't think he wants to let that one go.
Well, do you blame him?
No, but they let I was surprised they let the Tundra go real quick. I think they milked the content thought they could get out of that.
Yeah,
and it's like, well,
and then rolled.
Yeah, time to move on. But they have a Lightning now. They picked up last week.
Coltrane says, so far I'm getting about 19 to 20 miles per gallon with my 2.7 Badlands 4-door with 33s.
Oh, nice. We
That's
drove.
A good segue.
It is
That's why I called it out.
You guys,
they know how to direct the conversation.
I know. Yeah, the TRX was sold as well, which
I would. Yeah, that's a badass
truck. The TRX I would buy. Now I'm not buddies with Ford because I didn't get to go on the Raptor launch, which is understandable. We're only at 6,000 subs.
That's
so
not
it's-
why.
No, but
you're
I'm saying
not.
I'm not in their good graces just yet. But Bronco or Raptor R is coming, which is going to compete with the. It's got more horsepower, and it's going to compete with the TRX. So maybe I can get when they go away we can get into one of those.
We need to.
But yes, back to the segue. So we went to you guys have known we've been trying to take the thing off-roading for a while, and our schedules have been busy.
Mm-hmm.
This week we were supposed to be in Moab, and our buddy Luke with Lifestyle Off-Road is probably in Moab by now.
There's no probably. He's already
that's
there.
right.
They're
That's right.
checking. We were supposed to check in today.
But hey Luke, if you're on here, come say hi. But
he's not on here. You know what he's doing.
I know. But we were supposed to be in Moab, and this would have been live from Moab, but sadly it's not. And we so we decided, hey, we had a half a day that we could go off-road. Now, Windrock is 2 hours from us, something like that.
Almost 3. 2.5.
And Windrock's the kind of place that you don't want to go for a short time.
Yeah.
You really need all weekend to go hang there. So it wasn't really an option just yet. So we talked to some Jeep friends of ours, and we decided to go over to Prentice Cooper State Park here in Tennessee. It's in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And if any of you guys have ever been to Chattanooga, Tennessee, it's one of my favorite places in the United States. And I'm not kidding. Chattanooga reminds me a lot of a cheaper version of Colorado. It's like Colorado light.
It's hilly. And but it is a smaller town.
Oh yeah.
Much smaller than Denver.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no doubt about that. But a lot of cool things there. Kind of hippie-ish a little bit, but not too crazy. But we decided to go over there, and the last time we had been 8 years since we've been to Prentice Cooper.
Yeah,
it's been a long time.
Was real little,
and we didn't know what to expect, honestly, because we've got the Press-Loan Frontier we thought about taking over with us, as well as the Bronco, but
which we should have done
now. Yeah, knowing what we know now, but we should have done that. But our friends Jim and Kelly, which is another Kelly, by the way.
Yeah, not me.
They were like, hey, let's take the back roads to Chattanooga, and we'll just see the sights of Tennessee, which I haven't. Some of the roads, obviously, I told you I work in some of these areas, but some of the places I haven't been yet. And so we took the back windows out. It was hot, so we haven't installed our Bimini top just yet, which
gear shade.
Yes, the gear shade top, which I kicked myself for not having that on there because it would have been fun to ride the whole time with the top down. But we had it in safari mode, and we did, what is it? It's 100 miles probably each way on the roads.
I think it was 120 when I looked.
I think we did about 20 miles off-road, which what I call off-road, or what what would be considered off-road at this place.
It's like dirt road.
Yeah, it wasn't
it's dirt trails.
It was more challenging 8 years ago when we were there. Remember, there were some rock climbs and stuff.
Yeah, but we also didn't hit every trail there, so it's very possible that we just went on the easy trails.
No, I totally agree about that. Let's see here. See if I can I got some raw video here I'm going to throw up.
Hope you don't throw it up.
Well, you know what I mean. But there'll be no sound with this, but this is just some raw edit videos, and we were kind of having fun. But you can see the terrain. It was nothing by any means. We never put the thing in 4-wheel drive.
No,
we've used the rear locker. Once again, this is very raw video. We used.
Now you get what we start with and what we end up with. Is what you see on the channel.
We used the rear locker once just because
it was slippery. Because I just gone through a little bit of a creek.
Yeah, it was this one little rock just hitting the front tires. Didn't want to give me grip. And you trying to learn the vehicle as well. Yeah. Kelly was driving at the time, and I'd forgot that with the Bronco that you can engage the lockers without it being in 4-wheel drive. Well, the rear locker, and so put it, and you were like, "Really, the easy button?" But so and then after that was nothing. But that was really the closest thing to really off-roading we've done, but with this thing. But we had fun. It got really dirty. A lot of gravel roads, which kind of.
And then when we got home tonight, he washed it off.
I did rinse it off, but
we usually leave it on for days. But I usually like to drive it to work with it, and yeah.
But there you go. You can see the underpinnings of the vehicle, and but you can see what I wanted to show is you can see the terrain there and what we were dealing with. So it wasn't anything nuts, uh, but it was first dirt for us.
A few rock climbs, but nothing nothing I used 4-wheel drive for or rock crawl. Nothing. It was nothing like that.
Nothing you would want to really kind of get into it a little bit with. Bird Dog Overland. Let's see. What's he got there, Kelly?
We did Witt Road while down there over Memorial Day weekend. Nothing too technical, but lots of big, nice water crossings.
Yeah.
We need to go back down there again. It literally was Sunday, and we were like, you know what, we're going to go down. And Mama doesn't like to get up before 8 a.m. on the weekends.
Yeah, I think you were upset with me on that one.
So I was a little cranky that we had to get up at 7.
Yeah,
but get down there.
So finally, the thing has been slightly off-road. I don't even really consider that off-road. But we are planning a trip. We want to go to Windrock pretty soon and go have some fun there. Maybe meet up with some friends. So who knows on that. And then we'll actually give a proper review of us off-roading this thing with some video. But there'll be a video coming out of us doing this little trip. It probably won't be very long. But the hillsides of Tennessee, I always forget because I take it for granted when I'm working.
Yeah.
Of just like I'm focused on what I got to do for the day. But we went through some pretty land over that way.
We did. It's actually super pretty over there. And yeah.
Did I hear any banjos?
We did not hear any banjos. We were close enough to the city, but hey. TN Code Monkey.
We did see
Tennessee Code Monkey.
We did see a pretty blue Bronco down on where all the aquarium and that stuff was.
Downtown.
But no, there was no banjos.
No.
But they did film part of Deliverance over that way. So
yeah.
So you've got.
But then we went downtown Chattanooga. We had lunch, Mellow Mushroom, which we wish we still had Murfreesboro, but we don't. They took it away. They ran.
They did. But so Kelly, this is the first time you've off-roaded with a convertible top vehicle.
Yeah.
So what was, and I know I'm kind of hitting you off, off the subject here a little bit, but what was your impressions of that? I remember asking you, when the top was down, if you, because you didn't, I don't even think you really noticed that you'd put the top down at that point.
I was wearing my hat. So whenever I wear my hat, I forget that the top's open.
But the weather was perfect.
It was gorgeous. The weather, honestly, we had heat advisories starting yesterday, but back in the hills, I think we topped out at 86 degrees back in the hills.
But in the shade, it was nice.
Cool. In the shade. Yeah, it was actually really nice to have the top back. The only thing I will say is the downside is that Prentice Cooper has a lot of gravel roads that kind of get you from one trail to another. So it was pretty dusty from that perspective. So that was the only thing about it. And we did find actually when we stopped, we heard a couple tinks when we were driving down the road, and 2 rocks had actually jumped up and jumped on our Diabolical.
Yeah. So the Diabolical, it's not only great protection because we did use that in Chattanooga. That was nice.
Yeah.
So I didn't bring the back glass with us. So, we put the camera gear in the back of the truck, and I think our friends had something they might have thrown back there, and because their Jeep doesn't have that.
Yeah, their Jeep does not, even though we told them that they have it available.
So it's very nice to be able to lock it like that and not really worry that.
Yeah, no, we weren't worried about it. We were in a parking garage and weren't worried at all about it. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely a different experience wheeling with the top down versus like, oh, I wish I had a sunroof, or, whatever. You've actually got the full top down, which is super nice to do. We left the doors on because I didn't know if we were going to take the interstate, and with the heat advisory, we didn't know how hot it was going to be. Kick myself a little bit for us leaving the doors on, because I wish since we took all back roads, it would have been nice to have the doors off. But at one point we rolled up our windows when it got really loud. And our music.
Well, but
hey, Bama 75, welcome in.
It was, I mean, I'm like, the doors off for me. I like riding around town for that, and we'll go do Windrock and it'll be fun, but it's not like a requirement. Like, man, I go off-road with this thing, I'm gonna have to have the doors off every time.
It's not a requirement. It would have been fun to get some pictures in the woods with the doors off.
Yes,
just saying.
No, that would have been fun. So I'm gonna pull something back up here.
Oh, so something that did come up and you and I haven't even had a chance to talk about this. In one of the ladies groups, the lady was like, yeah, so I took this into my dealership to pick up my vehicle and they had to ask like 15 different people what this was. My dealership had sent it to me, had sent it to her 2 years ago after she did her reservation and reserved with her dealership.
Mhm.
And it said, we will not have dealer markups. We will give a 75,000 mile extended warranty and like a couple of other things.
Mhm.
She took it into her dealer and her sales rep was like, I don't know what this is. I got to look at this.
From the
Sure
same
enough,
dealer,
from the same dealership. Apparently they had to track down who sent it because it was almost 2 years ago that it was sent. Come to find out, they sent it out to 500 reservation holders.
right? Ford did.
No, their dealership.
Oh, okay.
So their dealership sent it out to 500 reservation holders or people that had put a reservation in with them.
Mhm.
And then she was the first one to bring it in.
That nobody had.
Nobody else had brought it in.
Wow.
Yeah. So in order to get it honored, you had to bring in that paper.
Right. Huh.
But yeah, she's like, for once in my life, I didn't throw away the junk mail.
Yeah. That's pretty crazy. Here's a photo of with the top back and stuff. And man, I will say, and I would like a hard top at times, but I will say, other than the fact that I think this top, I'm growing less and less fond of it from how it operates.
That's just because you don't like putting the windows back on.
No, I just foresee them tearing up really quickly. But I will say, I think the soft top was the perfect purchase for us.
Oh, I agree. I completely agree because our Jeep buddies actually put theirs all the way back. And so they couldn't, when it got really hot and we were sitting in the sun, he was like, yeah, I think we just need to close it. And I was like, okay, pulled my seatbelt off and pulled it back and closed it at the light, but they couldn't do that in their Jeep.
But definitely the best top funds. We're collecting those best top funds. And Kelly's not a big fan of that, but I think you're going to, I think maybe in 6 months or more, you're going to start seeing the first gens of these tops really start wearing out quickly.
Maybe.
So, but I will say this, the only best top I would do is the tweed top. That's the same as like this top, the materials, because they do the vinyl-y kind of top. And I don't think that would last at all.
I don't like the fastback shape of it. I know you do, but I don't.
No, I don't like the fastback part of it at all.
I thought you did.
No, I like it on the 2 doors. I'm kind of like, oh, 2 doors, not too bad. But no, I'm not a big fan of that. I'm a fan of the mechanics of how it operates.
Yeah, me neither. Mobile Moto.
What's
not
that?
a fan of the fastback look on SUVs in general.
I'm not a fan of it, like I just said, but I think it's a better quality. Best Top knows how to do.
You're talking about product. You're not talking about aesthetics.
Yes. I think in a few years you're like, oh, okay, I see it works as it should.
Maybe so.
Let's see.
B2B says I am now team soft top forever.
Really? He also got a Rapid Red.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. We love our Rapid Red.
I will say, looking at the Frontier that we have for a press loan this week, I will say that I do like that darker maroon. I mean, I love Rapid Red, don't get me wrong. But I think, because remember when we saw some advertising that was a potential kind of Snazzleberry-ish color, and you were like, oh, okay, yeah, we could do that. I think if Rapid Red wasn't there and they had the darker color like we have on,
if Rapid Red wasn't there and there was like a Snazzleberry color instead, I would be okay with that. But if I had the choice between the two, I would go with Rapid Red all day long.
Okay, so big
because deal. I like actually one of our assistant coaches on our softball team. You don't know this because you didn't go the other night, but he was actually saying, he was like, man, I really like that color. He's like, I really wasn't sure about it, but now I see it and I've seen it in the sun and I really like the color. He's like, it's very classic and it's almost that cherry, what is it? The candy apple red, or what do they call it? It's like, is it candy apple red?
Yes. Tim.
I was going to say, am I having a conversation with myself?
You might be.
Was it candy apple red that they used to call it on the older vehicles?
But candy apple's a little darker. It is a little darker.
It is, but I like the Rapid Red a lot.
Yeah. Bama, I
Bama
bet
got
you know
carbonized.
Bama wanted the Rapid Red because of it's close to Alabama fans here in Middle Tennessee, and I think
something
everywhere.
fierce.
You know an Alabama fan by the color of the vehicles.
Yes.
And I'm not crapping on Alabama, man, because I really don't care. I mean, we poke each other about Michigan, Ohio State, but at the end of the day, we really don't care.
Yeah.
It's just more fun to poke at our families, I think. But no, Alabama fan here loves Ford has a darker maroon color, and you always see an A on the back window.
Yep. Always. Hey, welcome in, Honest.
What's up, Honest?
Ryan says, don't regret switching to the soft top. Yeah. At this point, I don't at all.
And we were worried.
We were concerned.
So,
like we said, there was a little bit of condensation this winter from when it froze.
Yeah. Well, it was melting, and you could see where it was melting. It was a damp spot, but nothing was coming through.
Yeah, so that it was like a condensation idea, essentially.
Cole said, I don't regret my soft top either. Side windows fit nice and snug, and I don't even look at the wave at all. Yeah, the wave doesn't bother me. That doesn't bother me. It's not. I don't want the best top because of, it's the smooth window. Because I understand I think I understand the design of that is about the pressure in the cabin, and if you're on the highway, you see them pop out, and I think it's to relieve some of that pressure, or it gives the top a little flexibility for the air pressure inside.
Do you think it was a design thing?
No, I do think somewhat of yes.
Okay.
They but I do also understand people getting pissed off about it. Be like, oh, that's not what you showed in the advertisements.
No, I get that. I'm just wondering if you really think like it was an engineered thing or it was a happy accident.
Yeah. Mike says there is a
didn't answer my question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So do you really think it was an engineered thing or do you think it was a happy accident?
No, I think it was. I really do think it's an engineering deal on that. But they're never going to come out and say either way. Well, Bastos is the one that designed and built that top.
Right.
So once again, it's a company that a little shaky ground with the Ford name, which there's an article I want to talk about here in a minute too about Will Bastos. It's been a while since I've talked about those guys, but Mike says there is a 5-minute $5 hack for the Waveview windows. I remember seeing something about you put the little clips or something on there, and I've also heard that the what is it, the IAG, the little shock that can help maybe straighten that out a little bit.
And that might be what Airplane Mike was talking about. He said he's got struts on his.
Yes.
I got one.
Oh,
Michael Maresca says, hey, I have a question. Does anyone know if you can purchase the new Bronco cluster display separately yet?
Oh, are you talking about the Raptor cluster display?
Not sure.
Because I don't know that it would work if you could plug it in. I know I want to say it's Maverick guy has figured out, I think, something about Bronco Sport and Maverick. They're can plug and play something about the dash. I've not researched that too much because I don't own either vehicle. And do we have the soft touch struts? We do, and we're going to give them away because it's not been a big. I know at first we were both kind of excited about it, but honestly,
it's still up for negotiation as to whether we're going to give them away or not. He thinks we're going to give them away. I look at you. I saw it. And remember, this is recorded, so I can see your face.
6,500 subs. And they go away.
Now you're speaking mama's language. That's not fair.
No, but they're sitting. I even have the little part they sent quickly. And great company.
And we still have the protection film.
Yes. Great company. But if I do later this year, if we are able to get the best top, it doesn't work with that.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Why put something on it that we might remove? And
it's
then,
true.
I'd rather add some value to one of our viewers.
I'll give you that one.
What's up, Panzer? What's he got going on today?
Says, yes, driving with the doors off is on the warm side. Mine have been off more than a week now and thinking of putting them back on for my commute to work in this 100-degree heat. I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. as hot as it is now, we're starting to understand where people are talking about like burning their butts on their MGV seats because it
They
was
do
a
get
little
hot.
warm.
They do get hot, but I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't. It was hot for a second. It went away.
Yeah. It's not like
Um,
leather where it would burn for like 15 minutes.
You cook a steak on it.
and there's your skin left
Yeah.
behind, you know.
No, I still I don't regret those seats at all either.
Mm-mm. No, I'm a huge fan of the seats. And honestly, they give me a peace of mind that had it been leather, I probably would have been like, we're getting them dirty or,
Yes. Yeah.
dust or whatever. Because honestly, if you look in the vehicle, there's dust everywhere because, we went off roading. Oops, I have leather. I'm sure it's extra warm there.
Oh
because
no,
the temperature.
the Bronco is very dirty now. The interior of it's dirty, which like we did a show with it. It had to stay clean for that.
Yeah.
The Bronco Supercell thing, and after
Yeah.
that, it's like I'll clean it, but I'm not like going to freak out now that it's all dirty.
Yeah, Michael, we were very careful when we took our doors off. Don't drop your doors when putting them back on. Been without my Bronco for nearly 2 months, just getting that door replaced. That's terrible.
Michael, are
news.
you the one that there was something on Facebook where they somebody had on Facebook that the Ford dealers had their vehicle for forever about
I don't know.
fixing the doors.
Oh, was it a door thing?
Yeah, well, because they dropped the doors. So we did the video 2 weeks ago or last week about.
Yep, he says it's him.
Okay, that stinks, man. I saw that on Facebook. So we did the video on the Jeep versus Bronco doors.
Yeah.
And in the video, which it's funny was you can always tell when people haven't watched the video because they only look at a thumbnail or a title and they decide to give their long 2-page opinion on why that I was wrong and they hadn't watched it. But they said that it was the most biased video they've ever seen, that clearly we were Jeep people. And I was like,
which is the funniest thing ever, because if you've watched anything, I'm so Bronco, so Bronco, like it's not even funny. It did. I will be honest. It pained me to say what I did about the Bronco or about the Jeep doors. It pained me.
Well, so in a recap, we took the Bronco doors off and the Jeep doors off, and part of it was just a video of showing
how we do it.
Well, not really how you do it, but it was if somebody's looking to purchase,
it wasn't a how to. It was a comparison.
The idea of that video was if somebody is looking to buy a Wrangler or a Gladiator or buy a Bronco, here's part of this is part of the decision making for you. Now, in the video, there's on the Jeep, there's bolts. They bolt to the outdoor clamps. They have little screw or nuts. I don't know what you call those sleeved nuts of some sort.
Yeah.
But that keep the door from easily coming off. Well, we replaced those last year, and I didn't hide it in the video. I actually made it a point to show that this was a cool
very
part
clearly that this was there.
You can slide the doors off pretty quickly with the Jeep. And in the video, we stated pretty clearly we've never taken the doors off the Bronco. So this was our first time. And, we're going to go approach it like that. And either way, they were pretty simple. It wasn't ridiculous. I will say for me, the Jeep door is easier to get off, for one, because I don't put those bolts on every time. So I have the little, I know this is difficult to describe, but we have this little nut that goes on there, and you just slide the door on the hinge and you're good. You plug everything back in.
It's essentially a bolt cover.
Yeah.
So it makes that it no longer have the gridding on it. So therefore you don't worry about scratching the crap out of it.
Which is one of the things with, I'm going to pull this up because this is one of the things that Jeep ownership will make you a little bit of you'll be a little nervous about this.
But I will say the one thing with the Bronco that I wish, and I get the reason why they're a little bit more difficult to do because of the location of them, but it is at the same point, the location of where the bolts are can be a little challenging to get in there if you don't have tiny hands. Because the placing is, even if you go out as far as you can, it's kind of snug to get in there.
All right,
undo the bolting.
I'm gonna pop this up so you guys can see the sound is
full over there.
Yeah. Well, maybe. There we
That
go.
one.
That one. There we go. All right. So this is us unplugging the thing. Yeah, I mean, you can see what we're doing. Look, so this right here, I find this on the Jeep to make it really simple to pull the doors off. Right there. Look, bam. You can pick
How'd
it
that
up.
go again?
Bam. So I use the upper window trim,
Yes.
whatever you want to call it, and pick up from the bottom of the door. Pretty easy. Are they big and heavy? Yes, they're big and heavy and bulky, but
They are awkward to store.
Right, as you can see here, the nervous part about having a color like the Snazzleberry we have on our Jeep is you don't want to scratch the damn thing. So when we're putting these back on, I can put them on by myself pretty easily.
Yeah.
Now,
I just help guide it a little bit.
But I make it a point in this video right here. I start talking about these little nuts, these little inserts that go over the screw. And I took more shit about this in this video
than anything else
that I made to point. I pointed this out. And we even pointed out that, yes, you can find door bags for these, but they're not readily available from Mopar that we found.
That we were able to find. And I clearly stated it that if anybody knows, let us know in the comments, but I was not able to find Mopar bags.
Right. So this, I will say that right there makes it pretty easy to slide those doors off. Not a big deal.
If this was not there, you would see that there's grooves.
Yes. Which you can scratch
very easily
the doors or the side of the doors up. So no big deal, right? Like I even made it a point that it kind of first world problems that you've got to put mirrors on the Jeep. And this guy's like, you're pro Jeep. And I'm right here in this video, I'm talking about what a pain in the ass is to put mirrors on this Jeep. So we talk about the toolkits. Now, the toolkit is another thing we took a lot of heat for in this video because we were just in slight kidding about, well, where do you put this tool bag?
Right, because Jeep has a specific spot for all of your parts to it.
Mm-hmm.
So they literally have in the back of the Jeep, there's actually a specific spot that has each little bolt. There's 2 different sizes of bolts. Each of the big bolts has their own holes. The little bolts have their own holes. Like there's no question about where anything goes. Right. And
so, and I described the bags here, and the bags I think are they a necessity? No.
But they're nice to have.
Yes. So we
hey Terrence Mooney, welcome in.
We talk about we talk about putting the bags on there and sliding it over the door and pulled the door right off. No problem at all. I'd never said, man, this is the worst thing ever. My only issue that I have with it is the bolt placement. It's kind of awkward to get those out. And we did notice that we found a chip in the paint after we took the doors off. Mm-hmm. Couldn't tell you how I did that at all, but it's up by the mirror. And I bet we used the little rubber piece, but there's nothing that I've seen exactly tells you where to place that.
No, it doesn't.
So, and we're approaching this as, once again, first time people taking these doors off.
I will be honest, I like the electrical component much more than I do. Sorry. I like the electrical component much better than the one that's on the Jeep.
Yes, no, that plug right there.
So much better.
That plug right there is if Jeep doesn't steal that somehow for their deal, I don't know what they're doing. So anyway, so yes, we pull the doors off here, no big deal. I do it by myself. And some of the people, man, it was hilarious in the comments. And I'm not saying this to like you guys watch the video or whatever. What's up, Terrence? But I just find it interesting that I did this video trying to compare apples to oranges, sort of, really.
No, you were trying to compare apples to apples-ish kind of a thing.
But hopefully if people find it, they watch it and be like, okay, that makes me want to buy one or the other.
Yeah, because I will say, because it definitely is in the video for these bags, it does actually show 2 people doing it. We did do one door with the both of us doing it, but it's just a little awkward.
And that was the first door, just because
because we'd never done it before, and we'd seen so many people drop them.
Michael's drop or whatever, however that happened. This color's hard to get.
Yeah.
So anytime you scratch it up, you're like, shit, man, now I've got to deal with this. And I would say, honestly, I would get some of those workout mats or whatever, like we have under my cage in the garage, if I was taking these doors off, I would have them under this. It sounds goofy, but as Michael has said, it's been 2 months of
Yeah.
trying to get his vehicle back. And why 2 months? Like, those are aluminum doors. Like, I would think, unless they're just going to reskin the whole thing.
Yes, like he said, it slipped out of his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you have the bags, Michael? Did you have the bags for when you dropped it, or were you just doing it without the bags? Because I know there are, and somebody's like, well, David, there's grips. It says lift here. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, but you can't do that with the bag.
No. Yeah. On the bags itself has the handles, as you can see kind of in this picture right here. So actually this one's a good one. So yeah, so I helped him get it off, but it was extremely awkward, the two of us, because we walked it over, and yeah, it was pretty awkward.
And then I was like, you know what? I'll just do this on my own.
Yeah, because it has the two handles on the side. He puts it over his shoulder just like that. So it's much easier for him to do by himself than us to.
And I don't even know if that's how that was made for shoulders.
He said he had them in the bags and even dropped them.
Damn, that stinks. But looks great. I will say this. I love the look of it without the doors. I mean, as goofy as that sounds, it looks really, really good without the doors.
I will have to say though, which we didn't get to stop. Pause right there. So you can't totally tell, but like if you look right in here, how much darker that hinge is. I know this was something people started seeing in the first runs or the first production models.
Well, they weren't hitting it with the paint as well.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like ours is way darker than it should be in that section because they still hadn't fixed it at that point. So like you can see it in this picture even a little bit right there. See how dark it is?
Yeah, I can see that.
If you look up close to it, it's super dark.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. Which means I want to look for the what was that company that we saw that had the you want me to mention it?
No.
I actually thought it was a good idea.
No. Oh,
I thought it was a decent
my God.
idea.
Tough. Not
something with a D.
No, they make the deletes for the trail site deletes, and somebody in here will definitely mention it. No, the worst color that I've seen for that is the orange.
The orange where it's like black. Yeah. I showed my parents that, and for those that don't know, my parents are retired from General Motors. And my dad was like, are you freaking kidding me that they allowed that to roll off the lot? He's like, I would have sent that back to paint in a heartbeat.
I've seen a lot of quality issues with Bronco.
Yeah.
Let's not sugarcoat that. But this is the container that's in the Gladiator where you put the bolts. I like this a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a lid on it. The lid snaps to it. Good to go. I do think this is something, whether it be in the back in that little coolerish area, whether they do something there, they should have stolen this. This shows that probably Ford didn't take the tops off enough for when they had their tester Wranglers and stuff. That they didn't. I always say this. They got the soul of the vehicle, but they didn't get all the details of the vehicle. So this is, and we wrap it up here. And I say, hey, I'm probably Team Jeep right now. That's it. I didn't say I like the Jeep. I just said for removal. And yeah, man, people are fun, and I'm not whining about that because I was laying in bed the other night giggling that some of the comments that I was reading. But DZ,
yes, that was it.
Yeah, no way in hell I would put that on my vehicle. No way in hell.
Good thing it's not your Bronco.
Yeah, I help pay for it right now, so it is my Bronco.
Do you though? Who makes sure the payment's made?
That doesn't matter. My funds go into the general funds, and there we go. But no, DZ makes some cool things. I'm not shitting on the company. I just don't. I know what you're talking about. It's a cover. Here, I'll find this.
Yeah, Mark. All the door bolts do fit in the tool bag pouch. You're absolutely correct on that.
For sure.
But what we're talking about is like it would be nice if it had the spots like that, and it's only because we're smart or because we're spoiled on it. Smart on it. That's not what I meant to say. It's only because we're spoiled on it, and we've now seen it on the Jeep, so we think that they've done a good job at it. So that's kind of what we see. There it is.
I know.
Oh, they don't look as good in pictures as they did. Maybe it's because I thought it was a good idea. He said they were pre-production too.
It wasn't going to get better. I can tell you that. These are horrible. I can't imagine like, hey, I've got this cool thing that I can take the doors off of. Oh, by the way, now I got to put 14 different caps over everything.
It's good in theory.
Sure.
I think it's good in theory.
Now, where are you guys? You guys, come on. Somebody got to be on Team Dave on this one. This is just goofy.
I'm not saying that this is the way that it looks good. I'm just saying in theory, the idea is there.
I think on this, the orange doesn't help.
No.
It makes it really, which for them, they wanted something to stand out.
Right.
But I think on Rapid Red or any of the darker colors, it would probably blend a little better.
Yeah, see, Panzer 948 says I like the idea, but didn't like how they looked either.
Yeah.
So I think that, like I said, the theory is there, but it has a lot of work to do to make it aesthetically as pleasing as the Bronco is.
Oh, I got it. Here's another one. I've got. Oh man, this has led me into something fun.
So Nikki, it is a hinge cover essentially, is what it was. Yeah, John, paint matched might be a good idea, but I don't know how good they would be at paint matching is the concern that I would have, because like Mike said earlier, Rapid Red is hard to match. That's why it's taking so long for him to get his doors. And I think that's kind of one of those things that would kind of stand out like a sore thumb if it wasn't done right. So I could see maybe like a gray accent or maybe a Badlands color, like if you could choose for it to be like whatever your trim level is or something along the lines of that. If you wanted to, I could see it going that way.
All right, Kelly, there's one thing on here that is the most ridiculously outrageous. And I like RTR products, but there's one thing I saw on this page that popped up in an advertisement. I was like, are you shitting me what they want for these? And it's within 6 items there. It's there. Which one would you lean to?
The light bar for $1,800.
No, because at least you're getting nice lights.
What am I looking at? Oh, I didn't see that that's what they were.
Look at the price of these things. $184 for foot pegs. That now, granted, you can get the Chinese knockoff bullshit for Jeep for $20 on Amazon. So that's, I'm not saying buy Chinese junk versus these are probably American made. I would hope, but no way in hell I'm spending $184.
Especially when that's only for the front set.
Is it just?
Yeah, it says option front set.
Oh, let's see what. Oh my God. If you have this money, more power to you. You like the way it looks. You're like, Dave, that was for me. I'll spend the money on it. I'm not crapping on that. But for foot pegs, $369 to do that. Where you at, Kelly? I haven't.
I'm out.
No shit. Like, who goes? Oh man, I gotta have those RTR foot pegs. Anybody in the comment? How can anybody justify this?
They can't.
There's no way you can justify the price of
Buy
this.
airplane mic. Safe travel.
Later, sir. Thank you for coming. And once again, there's some stuff they do that I really like. I'm not a big fan of the grill, but it's just not for me. I get why people would like it. It has a cool light in there. But this was a tough one. I was like, I don't know how you justify this at all.
I don't either.
Panzer's like, yeah, way too much. Yeah, no, you know how silly easily if you have fabricating skills, you can make this. It's not that difficult.
Ask him how he knows.
Yeah, I would make my own for that price. I would make mine and then sell a dozen.
But wait, it might be trademarked or patented.
No, because there's no way they can patent that if Jeep and everybody else has it. Or I wouldn't think. I'm not a patent lawyer. But I saw this pop up in my Instagram the other day and I was like, I can't believe.
That's insane to me.
That's beyond insane. Look, there's a bend there, one bend over. Oh, sorry. Here, do this. Stupid picture. So you got a little bend there so your foot doesn't slide off. And one bend there, they weld a tab to it that slides down in there and you're done. And they put some grip tape on it that's got their logo cut out of it. I was like, are you kidding me?
But you earned 3,690 points with this purchase, Dave.
Ooh, wait, That's up your alley.
I don't know what the points are for.
That's up your alley. Hey RTR, if you would like to send us a set, I
We'll
will
try 'em.
gladly review these, and I will then give them away to a viewer if you
There you go.
want to do business with us. Sell me on the fact that they should be this expensive. But it's like Mobile says, it's for, or where was it?
That's Panzer.
No, I don't know. It's because they have their race stuff, and yeah, you're basically funding their.
Well, because racing is big money.
But yeah, no, I saw that and was like, oh my god, that's ridiculous.
Panzer says, "Heck, a 3D printer."
Right, right.
Jody said would use the grill if it said Bronco on it.
Yeah,
Would like it.
that's I see. I'm not. That's not for me either. Now, once again, here I'll pop this up there so people can see. I don't know. Like, I'm not a Mustang guy, so they're big in the Mustang world. So, as far as aftermarket, I like this light stuff here. Doesn't do anything for me. And once again, yes, if it said Bronco up there still, I might go, maybe you could sway me into that.
Oh, I think we saw one of these at
did.
Bronco Supercell.
Oh no, the RTR was in the Ford booth.
Ah, that's why I saw him.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that's and $800 for that. You got these little LED lights right there, which I guess is part of their fun stuff. Well, it looks like you bolt those into it. Yeah, no, not for me at all. Let's see. 360 camera. Oh, they're sold out. I can't price it. But once again, they're a great company. Randy Porter says all Bronco accessories are drastically overpriced. I would agree, but they're limited right now. You're going to see that over the next couple of years, prices start going down on some of this stuff. But yeah, no, definitely.
Cam Talks Tech asked if there was somewhere to buy OEM grills.
Yes, any Ford dealership can get you an OEM grill. You just tell them which model you have. I don't think
they're interchangeable, right?
Yeah, that was a big deal. They talk about that early on in the press release stuff. It was all interchangeable. Because we have the Badlands. I kind of like the Outer Banks glossy black grill better.
You leave my Badlands alone.
I'm not messing with it. I'm just saying I like that glossy black
just
grill better, especially with the red. I think it looks better.
See, Cam Talks likes the OEM Badlands grill. We're not negotiating.
Hey, if Cam talks.
Airplane Mike says, "Hey Dave, would you like it if they were molded the color of your Bronco?"
The grills?
No, I think it was the pegs.
No, though you can't sell me on those pegs at all. Not for that price. Once again, I can build my own really easily. But not everybody can. So I get that. Let's see. There was something else that RTR had. They're sold out of about everything. They were funny. RTR was funny, and I'd love to interview those guys. They were funny because they came out with a bunch of accessories real quick. They showcased a bunch, and then it wasn't until like a month and a half ago that you could buy any of the stuff. So when they launched Bronco, like they were pretty quick to start saying, "Hey, look, we're going to offer this stuff." And they showed all this product, and yeah, it wasn't until maybe 2 months ago that you could actually buy it. I was like, "The damn truck's been on for a year, and you're just now." Does that mean it's Chinese made? Maybe. I don't know. Once again, I don't know much about this company, but I would like to. This is all WeatherTech with their name on it. Of course, they can't see it, but
floor liners.
Yeah.
Mobile Moto said half of what they showed isn't available yet.
Yeah, I lost me at that. At least 4-wheel parts, who I'm not a big fan of either. As soon as the Bronco launched, I think it was 30 days later, they were able to start selling product. It was some deal they had with Ford. At least they could sell product that, anyways. All right. Sorry guys. I know I went on a tangent there, but,
yep. You liked a tangent.
Kelly's DZ, which we,
like I said, I remember them being nicer in person.
No,
I like the idea of it.
They did some, so this is on Bronco Nation's thing. They did some nice, I like that. I thought that was pretty handy. We could still use that with our. I think it would rattle though. We could still use something like that with our diabolical.
So I never noticed it before, but look at their Molly panels on the left hand side.
These are horrible.
Yeah, look at their. Yeah.
I don't know why they did that.
I mean, that's like true SEMA fashion, though. Let's be honest. Like, let's get it on the vehicle.
Honestly, I honestly feel like they're on the wrong side.
That would make
I
sense.
feel like they're on the wrong. See how it's bending out towards there's no way you would want it bending out towards the.
Yeah.
And this is a soft top. You can tell by the way the mount is there.
Yeah.
Well, that's SEMA though.
Like I said,
their table was nice, so we got to see their table.
I tried to do a review on it, and then
I think this is about the time Jordan walked in front of me. Every time I was trying to interview somebody, Jordan with Bronco Nation would literally push his way right in front of me, and me and Coder Man were just looking at each other like, did this little dude just like big time us?
Nothing like the ARB booth though.
No, the ARB big time themselves.
Yeah,
look how dirty this is.
SEMA.
Yeah, but
they just had to get in the booth.
So that's their table. I like their table a lot.
Yeah,
I like this. I like to see how that you have some you can put more attachments to it. Who in their right mind would put? Maybe I guess you could put your GoPro there and turn it the other way and record
behind you.
Yeah, but no, their table probably does rattle though. Cause see how it locks in.
Yeah.
You got any more pictures here? But I do like that basket. But DZ is the one that was near Luke. I kept mixing them up with IAG.
Yeah.
But they're only a couple miles from his house.
Joshua Stevens, welcome in. Finally catching a live as it's live.
Well, hopefully my son's in bed right now, so I'm pretty sure we've got bubble wrap over him. Oh, we didn't even tell him about so Monday we were doing the stream, and you guys, if you were here for last stream or last with us together, my son broke his arm
2 weeks ago.
So we literally didn't leave the hospital till about 3 a.m.
Oh gosh, we haven't told the whole story.
So my son, I get to go back finally. I'm hanging with him. His arm literally is like,
I gotta show Nikki.
Is like Jello. Oh,
thanks, Nikki.
But his arm is literally Jello, broken half. The little dude was tough too. They grabbed his top of his hand and they're about to wrap it and held it by its weight. His arm was just holding down. And
just makes you cringe thinking about it.
Because they had to wrap it.
And they would only let him back. So our daughter and I sat in the ER waiting room.
So I had been up fairly early that day, and so I was getting tired, man. And I told Kelly, I was like, "Hey, we probably should just get a hotel."
He texted me.
And we're only 40 miles from home, but we've been up there since 9:30 or 10 o'clock till 3.
Yeah, whenever we left here, it was like 30 minutes later. We were at the hospital.
So we I'm back there with him, and he's pretty drugged up, and they found that it started coming through the skin, so it was a compound fracture. But I don't think it was initially. I think the way he was holding his arm they
were just wrapping him to say, "Hey, you'll have surgery tomorrow at some point. Yeah. We'll get it scheduled." And honestly, I think had they wrapped it there, they probably would have let him come back to Murfreesboro and have surgery done here instead of being up there. But as he said, as they were wrapping it, they found that blood and they were like, "Nope, this is a whole different ballgame.
Got to go through antibiotics and all this weird stuff." But so he was bleeding. All of a sudden, he was bleeding out of his arm. But they weren't going to do surgery for several hours. So I told Kelly, I was like, "Hey, let's go get a hotel. We're near the Nashville airport." So you booked through we like this hotel chain a lot.
So Holiday Inn has this new chain called Avid. I don't know how they pronounce it, but it's a brand new chain. They build all these hotels brand new, and they're only in a few different places around the country. They're starting to come up. Well, I found one in Nashville by the airport, and I was like, "Oh, we know it's clean. We know it's brand new. We know everything."
There's how it was broke.
Yeah.
So you can see his arm pretty broke.
Yeah. He was skateboarding. 24 years old and was skateboarding and fell and hit it.
Didn't do it, break it cool.
No, his story isn't even cool.
He lost his board. He starts kind of running down the ramp and trips and falls.
And hits it right here or in his elbow or something. But either way, you literally, and he goes, "Oh shit."
Yeah, no, you see when he falls, he's like,
"Oh no." And he said, and then it was just like Jello and he couldn't do anything. Yeah. He knew it was real bad.
Yeah.
But so it's like 2:30 in the morning. He texts me and says, "Hey, let's go ahead and let's just get a hotel up here," because we had our daughter with us and we knew pretty much as soon as we would get home, we would have to come back in 45 miles at 2:30 in the morning is really far away.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like it is, but it is really far away.
And clearly we, not that we pound the booze.
No,
but
we hadn't. Honestly, you sobered up with your one drink.
I wasn't. Not
I know,
sober,
but that's what I'm saying. Like
yeah.
your one drink that you had. But anyway, so I booked this hotel online and I made sure that I booked a late night check-in because otherwise they were trying to do it the next day.
And this hotel we use anywhere we go.
Anywhere we travel, we use this if they've got them. So we get there and the guy goes, "Oh, you don't have a reservation?" I said, "Well, yes, sir, I do. Here's the reservation number." And I said, "You're the avid at the airport, right?" And he's like, "Yeah." I said, "This is your address, right?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I said, "Here's the confirmation number." He says, "I can't find it." And I was like, "Kelly Boyd." And he's like, No. He's like, "No, you booked it for tomorrow." And I said, "No, sir, it says right here, check in such and such day." And he goes, "Murfreesboro?" And I said, "Yes, sir." And he goes, "Yeah, your reservation was canceled because you're local." And I was like, we were both like, "What?" He said, "Yeah, because of prostitutes and drug dealers, we don't rent to locals." And we were like, "What?" Like literally our 11-year-old daughter is standing there with us.
Yes.
And he's talking about prostitutes and drug dealers in this decent hotel.
Nice hotel.
Like, yeah, it is. It's like, I mean, it was over $100 for the hotel for the night. So it's like, it's not like a cheap, like Motel 6 in the on the corner, you know, somewhere, but
rent by the hour.
We were just like, he's like, "But don't worry about it. I'll go ahead and get you rebooked." So he rebooks us. And I had a special rate because of my corporate discount. And he doesn't have us sign anything. He just gives us a key. We go to our room. It's the farthest room from anywhere. You can tell that nobody has probably stayed in this hotel room when we get there because it's hot. The temperature or the air's not on or anything. And like the next morning, I finally get the bill when I go to check out. And it was $30 more.
Well,
but because he rebooked it and didn't want to do anything else with us. But the whole point is it was just
so we get that settled. Like I get you guys there. I literally fall asleep for about 10 minutes and my son modern technology is great for this. My son FaceTimes me.
Yes.
He's like, "Hey dad, I'm in surgery." He goes, "They're about to put me out. I just wanted to say, I love you, blah, blah, blah." And
no, 10 minutes later, he called you because he needed the insurance card.
Yeah, something.
And then he was like, "Okay, they're going to do something. They're going to try to get me into a bed or whatever. Yada, yada, yada."
I know when I was driving there, that's when he got me. He was in surgery. I was FaceTiming with
him.
him.
You were on your way.
But I was like, well, this is kind of cool, really, that like he's in the room and they're like letting me say, like, because you never know through surgery. It's simple enough, but you never know. So we get that settled. We get home later, Tuesday
at 10 a.m.
Yeah. We because they wouldn't let him come home. He had to spend the night there.
He had to have 2 rounds of antibiotics 8 hours apart. So
we had to get back to Murfreesboro. Through that, we stopped and we saw my mom and we were doing a checkup on her and my dad was there. And I just had the nurse be realistic about my mom's situation, my dad, because
we talked to the respiratory therapist.
They're best friends. They've been best friends for 56 years. So it's kind of a weird thing. And ended up, you guys know that I lost my mother the next day, and it wasn't like they had to take her off the ventilator, which was
so it gave the family time to get there.
Yeah, it goes against their wishes, and she was only on that. Long story short, they were trying to help her clean her lungs out or something. So we literally, I go pick my son up after surgery. They released him. We got him basically enough time to get home, get a shower, so we can go see my mom before all that happens. And then we're softball parents, and it probably sounds horrible to a lot of people that we were able to, my mom passed away that day, and I have commitments. Trust me, my mom was on my mind the whole time, but we had to go.
But she would have wanted us to be there anyway.
Oh, she loved my softball team. But so you got to go put on a smiling face for these little 11 and 12-year-old girls and go deal with that. Well, the next day, my daughters were having to go to softball because I was umpiring games that next day.
Yeah.
And my daughter wanted to take her scooter with her. What happens? She falls.
Oh, no, it was Friday because it was Friday. We had the funeral and everything. Yeah. And then you had to umpire that night.
So
and then she took her scooter.
And what happens, Kelly?
So I'm watching a game on not his field because it's a different
Sorry,
age group.
I know this isn't Bronco related.
It's but I'm watching on one field because I'm more interested in the age group that I'm watching over here. He's umping on this field over here, and then all of a sudden I hear the scooter hit the ground, and I go, "Oh, she just dropped her scooter because she just does that." And I turn around and look, and all I see is her back to me, and she's like scrunched up in the fetal position. And I run over there, and she goes, "My arm hurts," and I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like, and the guy at the one of our friends at the ballpark goes, "It might be broken."
Same
like
arm.
same arm as
Same
her
area.
brother.
Same area.
And I said, well, our buddy at the airport or at the ballpark, he says, "Can you handle if she broke her arm?" And I was like, "I'm not really sure if I can. Like, I don't know that I can handle one more thing this week."
Right.
So thankfully, like, she wasn't like sobbing for hours. It was really just kind of like, I think it scared her more than anything. She bruised it pretty good, I think. And then, she went to bed. I figured we'll take her in the morning if she's still in pain. But when I went to check on her Saturday morning, she was sleeping on it. So I knew it wasn't bad.
But we were like, could this week end any worse?
Oh, but yeah, we did get the Bronco back. We actually got the Bronco back on July 1st or June 1st.
Which was
right after your mom passed.
Yes, which, trust me, okay, that's a whole other story too, because my mom passed away. We had to deal with that.
And the guy knew we were at that it happened.
So I told Kelly the Ford dealership was near the hospital. I said, "Hey, let's just go over there." He said it would be, sometime today. But so we get there, and I just was up front. I was like, "Look, man, my mom just passed away." I said, "You better have some good news for me." Like, my filter by that point was just gone.
And I had to stand there to make sure that his filter.
Well, I told you to come in with me because I said
it wasn't going to be pretty.
This might not be pretty. And he's like, "Man, we waited there probably 20 minutes. And finally he's like, they're just wrapping it up. They're taking on the test drive." He goes, "Another 30 minutes.
And I'm tracking it on the Ford app.
Yeah. Which is a good thing and bad thing for Ford is you can't bullshit if it's on a test drive, which you did see it out riding around. But we did get it back. We made some new friends at that Ford dealership. We couldn't get away from one of them. The ordering manager, he just wanted to talk and talk and talk and talk.
He's got like everything on order.
Yeah, which is what they do. But we did see some marked up Broncos while we were there.
We did.
They had a used wild track.
Mm-hmm.
Used around, I forget, around 3,000 miles or something like that. What was it, 70 or 90,000?
I thought it was 95.
I think $95,000. That sounds about right. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you.
And I'm not saying that for any kind of that. I'm just part of wacky week we had. 90. I don't care if it's just $90,000 for a used wild track.
Yeah.
Freaking ridiculous. And then they were justifying. Even the sales manager, his justification was just like when they order him, it was very weird that he was just
he was like, "Well, why not? The market's calling for it." He's like, "You can buy it from me and go out there and flip it for 30 grand. So why wouldn't I do that?" And I'm just like,
yeah.
I mean, part of it makes kind of sense, but at the same point, it's like, if you have a person coming in here, you may not know that person might actually be coming in to buy a vehicle. Like, they actually want to keep it. They may not be a flipper.
Well, we were asked when we were trying to do our deal, finish our deal up, "Hey, you're just going to flip this, right?" It was like,
yeah, they're like, "You're going to flip this, right?" And this person knows us. And we're like, no, like, we're not those kind of people. We're not flippers. I mean, if you are, great for you, but for us, no. Yeah, John, we're lucky he did not actually break like more up. But honestly, if you were to see the video as to what he did, like, we had a paramedic friend of ours tell us, we showed the video to him and he goes, "No, that's not his story. Like, he's got to come up with a better reasoning and better way that he broke his arm than that, because that just can't happen." Because it was literally like, you look at it and go, "How did you hit it and break it? Like, that makes no sense."
And valued, yes, we did get it back because we off-roaded it from the earlier story.
Yeah. Well, no, but asked if it was during that time.
No, I know.
It was. Everything was kind of everything was that week.
We were supposed to get that Frontier, the press loan Frontier that week,
which is a blessing in disguise that we didn't get it that week because we wouldn't have been able.
Wouldn't have been able
to do anything with it.
So,
we do have a video coming on that one.
Yes, What, on the Frontier?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll have a couple on that. I've got to wrap up the video that we did, the little off-roading. It'll probably be like 5 minutes total
Mm-hmm.
video, but it'll be fun. And just we show us going through the countryside of Tennessee some too, which is kind of fun. Yeah, we got all kinds of new model stuff's about to launch, so you're going to see a
Yeah.
bunch of new model stuff with this. We definitely still talking Ranger Raptor, which I'm still excited about.
Bye 502 Bourbon Crew. Thanks for joining.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Current bid 95,600.
They're talking about Raptor
Yeah.
or something. Bronco on eBay. Bronco Raptor on eBay.
Already.
So somebody said.
I didn't think they've shipped any yet.
I don't know. Maybe it's for the
Maybe it's
pre-delivery.
the order or something. That's stupid.
Yeah.
If they were getting 120,000 for first editions, they're going to get 120,000 for Raptors easy.
Yeah, iconic Bronco earlier said that flipped theirs. Yeah. I mean, if you do it, do it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to, no big deal. I know, Terrence, it stinks that we missed you while you were in town.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to bring you a shirt, man. But I'm sure I'll be in SoCal one of these days.
Oh, speaking of not SoCal, but it is official. I am actually going.
Oh yes, we haven't talked.
I'm actually going to the ladies Bronco Off Rodeo with Dwayne's wife, Becky, from Bronco Wild Outdoors. So we are actually going to. We were both going to use one of our reservations to do it, but we talked about it. We're like, you know what? For us to have the really great experience, let's go ahead and share the Bronco. Mm-hmm. So we're actually sharing our reservation for us to go ahead and get some content of both of us driving.
Notice how this happens. Like, she takes my Bronco, then she takes my reservation to the.
Shut up!
The events,
you all know he's been saying he's not going to Bronco Off-Road.
I can't have nothing.
You have been telling everybody you were not going to Bronco Off-Road.
Zero desire to go to that.
And let's be honest, you're the one that said, I'm making you go.
No, I told her she was going. It's her first solo adventure for the channel.
Yes, for the channel. Yep. So I did want to mention after that.
Nikki says she don't think she'll make it.
Man, Nikki, that sucks. So Becky and I are trying to figure out if it's worth staying at Horseshoe Bay. We need to text a little more about it, but we're trying to decide.
Has anybody here done that?
Yeah. So let me ask you this. If you have gone to the Austin one, sorry, Cigar Texan, if you have gone to the Horseshoe Bay one in Texas, have you stayed at the hotel that is hosting it? So the Horseshoe Bay. So
Overlanding
let me know that.
Said I could be his +1.
You don't want to go.
No, he just wants me to be his cameraman.
I know. I know. Oh, Nikki, I haven't booked my flight yet. I still have to book my flight. That's what I'm actually getting ready to do. Southwest was the best for me from Nashville.
Well, they're based out of Austin too, right?
So Devin said stay there in February. Yeah, it is pretty expensive. That's the thing for me is like, I think the rate I found was like $350 or something.
The ROI is not going to pay for this one.
I know, that's why I'm thinking. No,
I'm just saying there will be no return on investment.
I know, that's why I'm like, do we stay there to give a full experience?
I don't care.
Yeah, Andy, that's actually where we're kind of looking at is the Holiday Inn Express, because again, I get a corporate discount. And it's like a third of the price to stay at the Holiday Inn. Is it close enough?
Well, obviously you're going to rent a car to get there.
No, I know, but I'm just wondering. Now Andrea says the Horseshoe Bay is worth it.
Andrea has upper class.
That's true.
We've seen what you ate.
I
on
saw
your
where
trip.
you stayed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Night, Dirk. Thanks for joining.
Iconic Bronco. I just picked up a trimmer. Been flipping a couple new vehicles. Bronco Raptor will be cheap. Nice.
Yeah, Nikki, I know it's Nikki, there's actually a code. Thank you, YouTube Car Spotters Guide, for that super chat. I appreciate that. What was I talking about? Oh, Nikki, there's actually a Delta discount for Bronco Off Rodeo.
I sent you something today about that, right?
Yes. It is actually.
Check the business email.
No, I saw the screenshot that you sent to me, so that works. If I can go to our text message. There it is. So there is actually a code of NMURD.
I'll type that in there.
Yeah. And there's goat mode at the hotel itself. So the Delta is NMURD. And then Horseshoe Bay. Horseshoe Bay is goat mode. So there are the codes for it for the event itself so that you can use. So you can try the NMURD, see if it's any cheaper. For me, Southwest was cheaper, so it didn't make sense to use Delta by any means. But let's see.
Austin, if you've never flown into Austin, very nice airport. Very, very nice airport.
Hampton Inn, Marble Falls, deck on the water, half the price of Horseshoe Bay. That's what I was kind of thinking. Because we could still go because they're having like happy hour the night before at the hotel itself.
I may go.
You can't go. I can't go if Becky's staying in my room. It's like Becky would have to get her own room.
Okay, sorry. I
don't know,
Bronco
maybe-
Wild Outdoors.
Dwayne, are you gonna? No, because you know what, Becky and I've already talked about. We'll probably have more fun without you boys
No, you would.
holding us down
No, I can see that.
because we would want to go actually do some touristy stuff, and you're like, business in, let's go out.
Kelly's only she doesn't understand these trips for me. They're all business.
Yeah, but you know what? I can play and pay.
We'll all see the video when that happens, and we'll judge Kelly on the ability to play and work at the same time.
Yes, same, Nikki.
We got our approval for SEMA,
We did.
so we'll be in Vegas in the 1st of November, which that doesn't ever bother me because it's not chilly here in Tennessee, but you're getting in the 60s, and so to go out into
Wait
Vegas,
a minute, you totally lost me. What?
the weather-wise, it doesn't bother me to be in Vegas in November because
Oh no,
it was
it
pretty
is
nice.
making me nervous about Texas in July, though. I'll just be real honest.
Oh, see, Bronco Wild Outdoors says, let's go.
I'll talk to
No,
Becky, Dwayne.
No, Dwayne. I don't. I have zero interest to want to go to that. I've already got to be in Dallas October. So I've got a lot of travel coming up for the channel.
Yeah, we do actually have Dallas in the fall.
So yeah, no, I have zero interest to want to be there for that.
No manufacturers.
Who's Pickens party of 5? Well, no, there'll be some manufacturers. Toyota said they were stepping up mobile, that they were going to have a nice display, and you never know. No, we might have new friends that
Nikki
join us
says
for
no boys. That's right, Nikki.
cooties.
Yeah.
No, but I think it'll be fun for you for the experience of you have different trainers showing you things about, about completely, like I've always told you, like when I got you into handguns and stuff, I was like, I would rather send you somewhere where you can learn proper technique than me showing you the redneck way I learned how to do these things, even off-roading. So I'd rather you learn.
I like the right way versus the Dave way.
Well, I think I've taught you pretty well how to off-road, but
I know, but I'm saying,
but there'll be people with beards there.
Yeah.
And beard guy in off-roading,
Well, I am needing to find him a new hair cutter person.
I took care of that problem.
Oh, did you? Did you find some place?
Yeah.
Woods Viking?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Viking. Not Viking.
You're gonna go to the place that it's all beard guys?
Yeah. They promised me they could grow me a beard.
Did they?
No.
With their products?
Yes, not at all.
But is that where you're gonna go?
Can we talk about Broncos?
Yeah,
right
we'll talk
now?
about
And
Broncos.
Not my lack of hair.
What's the soul patch mean in the off-roading then?
That's all I can grow.
It is. It's a true story.
This is so I razor shaved. When was that? Friday. And this is how much has grown back. So yeah.
Friday of last week.
No. I shaved again.
Oh, okay. So not this past Friday?
Yeah, this past Friday. So yeah.
Oh, so this past Friday.
Yeah, this.
So 4 or 5
the
days.
little soul patch will grow pretty quick, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
That's right.
He doesn't even get a stash or anything.
Dave likes me so much he wants to grow a beard. Oh, let's see. Nikki Brewer says,
Yes, Nikki, you do.
yeah, you have to go.
You have to go because Becky and I are going. Yeah, you have to go. Any other ladies that are going? Nurse AJ, are you coming too? Because you got to go. You got to get the reservation in.
She said in your live stream that there was something why she couldn't go.
Nurse AJ.
Let's see. Has anybody gotten the bug deflector for their Bronco?
Blueford has, and Blueford, I think it's technically is it a bug deflector?
DZ sells something like it.
But he has said that he thinks that it has protected his windshield from getting rock chips.
Yeah, it could have.
Which makes sense because the one he has is actually not like your traditional on your vehicles where it's just kind of smooth to the truck. It actually comes up and then it has like a bump up a little bit where I could see like if a rock were to hit it, it would actually make it fly up versus. Bart Hardy wants to know if the Bengals are winning this year.
We were like 3 seconds away from winning it last year.
Did you notice 2 Bengals on the wall behind me?
Oh, there's a lot of Bengals back there now. Got my little John's little gnome he made.
Yes.
I love this little thing. John made this for me. It says ATN on the back of it. Love that.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Yeah, I would like to say yes, but I'm a Bengals fan and we're used to rejection. So
Bronco 78 said I saw someone say that the deflector stopped the mirror whistle that they had.
So the mirror whistle, I think you can fix with a little bit of art.
And it's annoying as
the little sealant, what is it, RTR or whatever they call it, the for gasket sealing. I showed Kelly one day. I was like, I heard it whistling just a little bit. There's one little spot on the bottom of the mirror where the seams come together where they make the mirror. Put my finger there and it stopped. I think you could put a little gasket seal right there. Stop that in a heartbeat.
You should totally have an ATN.
RTV. Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry.
You should totally have an ATN fantasy football league.
Oh, I would do that in a heartbeat. We can do that. I don't know if
Yahoo
totally
still
do
that.
Yahoo
still does that.
Raiders. I don't know, man. Hey, their stadium, Michael. That stadium is freaking amazing. We drove beside it when we were at SEMA last year. The black glass, all that around.
Oh, yeah.
Freaking amazing, man.
In our whatchamacallit, in our Uber
that seemed to take us all the way around.
She was nice.
No, that was the lady at the beginning. The last Uber person.
Oh, he was weird.
It's like we went all the way around Vegas to get to the airport.
But hey, I don't care. It cost me the same to get to the airport as it did to get home from the airport. So
that is true.
And it got me there on time.
Who dat, huh? Must be a New Orleans fan.
Man, they're already claiming you better make sure that you do this.
No, Pittsburgh. Fantasy I'm not a Pittsburgh. Like, I'm never gonna like the Penguins beat us, or is it the Penguins the Penguins in the Cup beat the Preds.
Jody, are you on the fence about ladies off rodeo or football?
Jody's having a problem getting on here, so she is able to do it through Facebook, but her YouTube will not allow her to.
Do you have it shut down for parental restrictions? That's the only reason I can think as to why it wouldn't let you. That's the only thing I can think of.
How about them Cowboys? You guys overpaid for a quarterback, man. He's a good quarterback, but I don't think he's worth that. We'll do a ATN football live stream.
Bronco 78 said, I thought the guys were doing Windrock while the ladies do Bronco off rodeo.
Hey, man, I'm down for it. Come back with a big gash in the side of the Bronco.
Come on now. Go Lions.
Wait,
whatever.
Detroit has a football team?
No, we have hockey.
We don't we
don't even have that anymore, really. We've got maybe baseball. Depends on the day.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Nikki, it's funny because when I moved here, when I moved to Middle Tennessee, like the first thing people would ask you is like, are you saved? And what is your favorite football team? And I'm like, I don't watch football. And they'll be like, what do you mean you don't watch football? And I was like, I'm from Detroit. And they go, oh. Sorry. And I said, when your when your Thanksgiving tradition is watching the Macy's Day Parade and watching the Lions lose to Dallas.
No.
Every year.
No.
Yeah, they
Dallas plays their own game.
Oh, then that's what it was. It was Dallas was after.
Yeah.
You would watch Dallas win,
Yeah.
and then you watch the Lions lose, whatever. So yeah. So didn't know. I'd be like more of a hockey fan, and they were like, "What's hockey?"
John says Titans might get a new stadium. I'll believe that when I see it. So there you go. There is a show. I don't want to get too deep into football talk here.
Maybe a show.
Next week we have Tommy with TFL going to be on the show. We're going to talk about his experience with the Braptor, which should be a lot of fun. Kelly's not talked to Tommy yet.
Mm-mm.
I was supposed to actually be on one of their shows this week, and
We were supposed to be at their location
yeah, we were going to do their
Yes,
live
today?
talk, their live
today.
stream or something. I forget what it
Today
was.
or yesterday?
Nathan was wanting to do. But we'll get out there and see the TFL guys. I gotta shake Papa's hand.
So I'm hearing some votes for the Holiday Inn Express.
Yep.
So it sounds like that might be what we're gonna do.
Okay.
I looked up some Airbnbs, but I couldn't find any to convince me that it was worth it. So probably that's what I'm doing.
Bart says what aftermarket
Aftermarket.
mufflers are decent. Define decent and put a price to that, because not Eldebrock, who I forget whoever owns Eldebrock. I can't think of the name right now. They've got a delete that they make that's like a couple $100. Not bad if you want it loud. AE, what is it?
He's looking for
AWE.
sound.
AWE is probably my favorite right now, and we've talked about doing some reviews with them.
He said sound any price.
It's not bad. I saw something on Facebook today. The company out of Arizona that's doing the with the baffle, where you can have it on your keychain. You open up the valves and can close the valves when you want. It for the V6. I've never heard a V6 sound great, but there's some out there that don't sound too bad. The 4-cylinder, I would say probably
Jody, do it. There's lots of ladies going. We're gonna have so much fun. You should totally do it. Do it. Sorry.
It's peer pressure. 2-3
There could be worse things people peer pressure you into.
Browns. Oh, Jody, come on, man. Your quarterback's got like 24 accusations of inappropriateness.
He's got a friend that calls him every time. We're talking Cleveland, right?
Yes.
See, it shows you I don't know much about football. I just wanted to confirm I was talking about the right one. Yeah, your buddy Scott calls you every time Cleveland's playing.
Yep. Yes, they did buy a Lightning. I'm sure we'll talk about that a little bit. 2-3. I'm not sure on the 2-3, man. Once again, I've never heard any of these things sound great. So can't think of the muffler company. They have some sound clips. I know Bronco 6G has a couple of them as sponsors, so they pump up a few of these companies. AWE is my favorite though, so I will leave it at that. Oh, Kelly's doing a quick search. I know Roush has one. Bora.
Flowmaster says they have one.
Flowmaster. I think Flowmaster has some nice on their YouTube channel. They have some sound clips.
MRT. JBA.
Let's see. Yeah, sound is that's a tough one, man.
Sport tuned axleback through Ford Performance.
Mobile. What did Mr. 6'3" put on his? I don't know. He's had a couple different things. He had the one that had a couple different options, where you could just straight pipe it, or a couple different baffles. I'm not sure. Town and Country, go check out their videos. So, all right, Kelly, any final words?
If you're a lady and you're on the fence of going to Bronco off rodeo, you need to come with.
What date is that? July?
It is July 20th through 23rd. So the actual date is the 21st, I think.
Oh, I have it up here.
Hold on, let me look at my calendar real quick so I tell you correctly. I know we're flying. Yeah, so it's the 20th through 22nd. So the actual off rodeo is on the 21st of July. It is Texas. It is July. So I actually have some clothes on the way so that I can survive through the Texas weather, because I was told I had to wear pants and closed-toed shoes. So I had to be prepared. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Devin. I'm gonna have to figure out a personal air conditioner. But I've been told, which we experienced it too, the air conditioning in the Bronco is really good for the front seat. Maybe not so much for some of the back seat people, but the front seat's really good.
You know, backseat people on this trip.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So for the front seat, we'll be fine. We'll just have it running the whole time. Right? Let's go, Jody. You gotta come on. But yeah, so
Jody's a dude. I'm playing because that was the
had to
running.
come
That
full
was that
circle,
joke.
didn't we?
That was the joke.
Yes, yes. So if you're a lady and you're on the fence, come with Becky and I to the ladies off rodeo in July. Book your stuff now, and do it. Let's do it.
Okay, that was.
We've
great,
had a whole mess of a conversation.
I think you guys will be doing a live stream down the road before it happens.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
But I know there's spots limited, so if you want to get in, you need to email right away.
Be sure to do it.
There was a link.
There was a link in the previous thing. Let me find it real quick, and I'll actually put it in there.
But yeah, no, that's that sounds. I mean, it'll be fun for you. Once again, it's not Amy. I know Amy had said there's some guys that given her some shit about, you know, a lady trail leading, showing them how to do things. That has nothing to do with me why I don't want to go. I just don't find that to be fun for me. And Windrock sounds a lot more fun around that time. So maybe I can gather some people here and we'll go to
I'm
Windrock.
doing it for the experience.
Oh, okay.
The bougie experience at the Horseshoe.
Oh, remember Bronco Wild Outdoors Wednesday. He's going to break down that 2.7 issue, and I'm sure he's going to have a lot of good news with that.
Yes.
Kelly's,
and I will put the link in the show notes because I'm having a little difficulty finding it right now.
Go to the last. I can find them real quick if you put them in the live stream notes.
I think I did.
Sorry, I have to show producer Kelly here how this is done.
Oh, all the other stuff I do, and you got to show producer Kelly how it's done, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Jerk. There it is.
I know.
Sure enough. Valley Dude 5000 says, what time tomorrow? 8 p.m. Eastern?
8 p.m. Central.
Central.
That's right. And Tim with Overlanding for Fun will be on the show with me, or I assume he will. He's always bugging me to do those. He has a fun time doing those with me. We have some good interviews coming up. We have some auto journalist friends popping in. People you may have heard of, people you might not have heard of that you might want to know about. I will be on Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk next week. I think with Jill Seminillo. We will be. Tim is out, so I was asked to co-host with them. And once again, I'm late to getting some videos out this week. Hopefully by Wednesday I'll have something out, and then we're in softball tournament for the rest of the week. So if I don't get anything out, please don't hate me. We'll get some fun content out there. I've got some new building prices with 23s coming out too that I want to jump into. And we've got Raptor R coming out. That's going to be fun. We've got Ranger Raptor news. That's always fun for me. And there you go, Kelly. Anything else? What are you putting in there?
Join us for happy hour.
Oh, well, there you go.
On Tuesday.
Producer Kelly came through.
See, that's what I do. I bring it.
That's right. So whether it be 2-wheel drive, Kelly,
4-wheel drive. It does not matter what you drive.
I was gonna say, does it matter really what you drive?
I mean, it matters that I like my Bronco.
Well, we got that going for us. This has been your All-Terrain Nation. It's been Bronco Talk Live, and we've had a lot of fun and no broken arms this week. So we're a step.
It's Monday.
I've got to go down the stairs though. So.
It's Monday, and I work upstairs.
That's right. So we will see y'all tomorrow. Come join us if you got nothing else to do. Grab that favorite drink of yours, and let's have some fun. So we are out. Peace, everybody.
Love y'all. Ya.